Hello Aquarius, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the general energies for the sign of Aquarius. So this is a bonus reading here for January. I'm recording this in January. If you are in this reading, if you've clicked on this video, there's likely to be a message for you here. Now do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and feel free to check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. All right, Aquarius, hope you're doing well. Hope things are going good for you. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we have here. All right. So, Queen of Swords, the Moon, Strength, King of Wands, and the Ten of Swords here. Go ahead and get everything in view. So in this spread, what I will do is go up the pyramid here to get a better picture of what's going on for you at this time. All right, so first and foremost, Aquarius, some of you are looking to take pretty swift action on a career situation here. There's something in your life that in the past here has felt like it has fallen out of vibration, so to speak, for you. There's been something that you've needed to get clarity on. And I think some of you are in the process of getting clarity on this situation. I think that this could likely be connected to career situations. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and peek ahead here. Yeah, so you've got the Four of Wands on the bottom as well. I felt like needing to take a look at that. So there's something potentially here about stability in your career life. There's something here connected to your work-life balance, maybe. Also, I think your passions connected to work here are coming into the forefront at this time. On a different note, if you're here for love messages, it's possible that some of you are having a heart-to-heart conversation, but less like a heart-to-heart conversation and more like dropping the hammer, so to speak, and saying something that you need to say to somebody in a very serious way. That's kind of more of what's coming into the fold here for you if I'm looking at these first 5 cards. But again, we'll go ahead and go and clarify each one of these cards. But let's go ahead and get started here. So in the overall situation or the current position, you do have the Queen of Swords. So this person is someone who does not mince words, Aquarius. In this reading, this is likely to be you here, as you are an air sign, Aquarius, and Queen of Swords could be any air sign. But this is somebody who really cuts to the chase, and with that, the Queen of Swords typically is quite precise in bringing things into their life. You could associate the Queen of Swords with this idea of precision, and it's possible here that you have, in the relationship area of your life, somebody that you feel like you need to say something to. And I have a feeling that you are going to deliver that message pretty decisively if that is on the table for you. Now, on the career front, some of you are looking to cut something out. And I think some of you, like, the career has lost its flavor, so to speak. And it's possible that some of you are going to move into a new area here. I will want to see how we clarify, because right now it looks like you're dealing with people in the workplace that can be maybe influencing this decision. But in the past, you have the Strength card and the Moon. So I definitely like to see this for you. So the Moon represents something in your life where you need to create clarity around. The Moon is like something that's not as it appears, or something that's not exactly solid in our lives. This can represent stresses and fears as well. And you have this here with the Strength card, which I really like, because the Strength card is all about taking bold action towards something or around something or on something. And it's all about being fearless in the pursuit of your goal. And in this case, I feel like some of you have spent the time before coming into this reading trying to really get to the bottom of something, because you have known intuitively. The Moon can also represent intuition. You have known intuitively that there's something that just feels a little off or not exactly clear to you. And this is something that I think you've been spending a lot of time looking at. And as we have this Queen of Swords representing you, but also representing clarity, as the Queen of Swords is very good at getting to the bottom of issues and cutting right to the chase, I think that this is helping you with whatever you've needed to identify. Maybe the word identify is coming in here for some of you. You've needed to identify a problem in your life or something like that here. Now, in the future, you have the King of Wands and the Ten of Swords showing up. So it's so interesting because like in a love situation, so I'm hopping between these two timelines for you, or these two kind of categories that I'm looking at in this reading. In a love situation, the King of Wands is somebody that you just cannot wrap down. You can just not, they are not somebody that will ever be pulled down, and they kind of just live their life the way they live their life. And that's the way that the King of Wands is. And this can be somebody who's really more dedicated on passions and hobbies and interests and entrepreneurship and, side hustles and business ventures, and maybe less so focused on, relationships, so to speak, especially romantic relationships. And this is possibly connecting to somebody you need to have a conversation with. This could be a fire sign, of course, but really it could be any sign. But they could have really heavy fire energy about them. And some of you are really looking like, I almost feel like some of you are bringing an ultimatum forward with this person. I'm not sure if I'm a huge fan of ultimatums, but sometimes they are required in life. And I say that here because you have the Ten of Swords, which does indicate finality or the end of a chapter or the closing of something. It can be a bit challenging or painful, but when you get something like a Ten of Swords, it does represent something in your life that needs to be cleared, or there is something that needs to kind of drop out or drop away, so to speak, when you get this card. And it's possible that some of you are kind of creating an ultimatum here. Now, in the career situation, it's challenging to make ultimatums, especially if you are not in control. And even if you're like a manager, you are you're responsible for people, ultimatums might not be the best approach sometimes because of how that might make the other person, that might improve the other person's, that might affect the other person's efficiency or ability to work. Ultimatums are not exactly the best, but sometimes they are necessary. And I do think in a work situation, you could also be giving yourself an ultimatum, like, okay, I'm either going to stick to this for X number of days, or I'm going to shift into, or months, or I'm going to shift into, something else here. Let's try to get some clarity here. You did have that Four of Wands on the bottom, which can represent home and family life, marriage, things like that. So you do have the Hanging Man, the Ace of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles, and the Ten of Wands. Wow. So we've got two tens here in the future. So something will be closing out for you. Okay, something's coming to an end for you. Kind of the more challenging tens in the tarot, but I always like to say, like, life is not always up only, right? Like, life is not up only, and there are times where we go through down spells or droughts in life, and I have a feeling that maybe whatever's closing out here might make you feel a little bit stressed or upset, and I would say that that's totally normal and healthy and like rational to be feeling those thoughts if something is closing out or falling out here. However, you have this Ace of Pentacles, which at the same time in the back of your mind, that, yeah, there's an ending potentially here coming up for you. If this is your reading, there is an ending here with the Ten of Wands and the Ten of Swords. You know that there's something ending, but with the Ace of Pentacles, in the back of your mind that this probably needs to fall out, and this will lead to something greater for you. The Ace of Pentacles is all about planting a seed that, yes, it takes time to grow, but it grows into something beautiful and amazing for us in our lives. It is associated with investments or money opportunities, even maybe a new beginning in learning something, like studying something, academia, situations like that. Again, here in the past, we're getting this Hanging Man to clarify the Strength in the Moon card. You've sort of been a little bit in limbo. Like I said, there's something that has really needed to get clarified here in your life, but there is a level of precision to how you go about your life as well. And I would really maybe think about this idea of precision and identifying something at this time to really help you as you move forward, because I think as soon as you identify the weak points or the problem points, you will absolutely be able to build a roadmap to where you go from here with these cards. But you've been in limbo here with the Strength card, the Moon, and the Hanging Man. And, you know, with the Five Pentacles, it may mean that you're losing something of value, or you are losing something that is valuable to you, and you're not sure how the puzzle pieces are going to fit back into place, but they will eventually here. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at some oracle cards for you, Aquarius. We're going to take these two. Let's see if there are any other cards that want to pop out. Okay. So let's go ahead and take a look at this card. Okay, so you have Animal Guardian, trust your instincts. I think that's also a really nice message for you as you deal with this ending. And you know, like I said, I do have a feeling here that in the back of your mind, there's this strong voice or presence available to you, guiding you forward and recognizing that, yeah, something's closing out here, but instinctually, I know that this isn't the final chapter. It's never the final chapter. There are always more chapters in life. You have Sage, be devoted and committed, as well as Broken Arrow, embrace the energy of peace. Yeah, like I said, I'd be cautious about ultimatums in the workplace. Sometimes that's out of our control. Ultimatums in like romantic relationships can also put us into sticky situations. I would say like ultimatums are typically a last step. Like it's a final approach to a problem. Like it's the last stage of something. Like you've tried to get your point across. You've really done everything that you can, and now it's time for an ultimatum. And you have to recognize that if you're somebody who's about to give an ultimatum, which if you're not following me, it's just like you either do this or I'm leaving, or I'm either getting this project or I'm moving to a new place, or you can either do this or we'll have to think about shifting you somewhere else or moving you somewhere else in the workplace, whatever. Like that's an ultimatum in this case. I would say like you should be prepared to deal with what is on the other end of the ultimatum, which is the reality is that people don't have to take your ultimatums. And also realize that that changes the dynamic between you and this person in a significant way. So this is something that I'm really feeling called to hone in on. So maybe some of you may relate to that. You have the Seven of Cups, you have the Ten of Cups, and the Three of Wands. So again, on the bottom here, you did have this Four of Wands, and we now see the Ten of Cups here. This could be about a family situation, like I'm staying or we need to do this or I'm leaving, whatever. Like this could certainly be on the case. Just recognize that that changes other dynamics as well in relationships when you do those. So yeah, strong caution here on that. But sometimes I guess they are necessary in life. You have the Three of Wands as well, which can indicate you potentially thinking about a new adventure or a new path in your life. This is like seeing what ships want to sail in for you. Okay, it's taking like a bird's eye view and seeing if there are going to be new ships, or in this case, opportunities that may come in. Again, in the back of your mind, I'm pretty certain that you have this idea or this feeling that, yeah, things are going to absolutely work out for me. This may be a little uncomfortable. This may make me feel a little strange, but I know that some sort of new ship or opportunity is sailing in. With the Seven of Cups in the past, the Moon and the Hanging Man, you have just been in like this analysis paralysis here, and you've been like thinking like, if I do A, this is going to happen. If I choose B, this is going to happen. You've been going back between A and B and thinking about all of the potential paths and outcomes here. And what I would say is, again, I think the remedy in this reading is absolutely to clarify or identify whatever is causing you to have these overwhelming thoughts right now. I have a feeling that some of you are very overwhelmed and overburdened by all of the thoughts that are happening in your life or in your mind around this very important situation. Ten of Cups on a different level is a really, really good indicator of happiness, and it may take some time to form, but embrace this energy of peace here. Also, you know, we have this idea of like be devoted and committed. Like, how devoted or committed have you already been to a situation? Is this a new situation? Is this just starting to form? Or if you're at the ultimatum stage, have you been devoted and committed for a long time? And maybe this is also coming forward where you're like, okay, this is starting to get old. You have the Four of Pentacles and the Six of Cups here showing up. So Four of Pentacles is like holding on. It's kind of like sit in this like wait and see, sitting back type of energy, waiting for things. I do think that there's been a holding pattern here that's getting a little bit old and a little bit old and crusty, so to speak. And you're getting a little bit tired of it here in this reading. And I think that this is a big, big message for you. Now you have the Six of Cups, which can represent your homeland or what feels like home to you. It also represents the past or even past lives. Some of you could be working through like generational karma or traumas, or you could even be, what is the term, conditioning, like conditioning that you've had since you were a child based on some experiences that you had very early on in age. This could certainly be something going on here. And with that Queen of Swords, again, you have this really keen ability to be precise in your life and come to the right conclusion or decision around this situation, especially because, you know, I think that you also realize in the back of your mind that when this door closes here with the Ten of Wands, Ten of Swords, it's shut. The door's shut. And so that's also coming forward. Now, at the top of the pyramid here, you have the Two of Wands, which really says that you have so many choices in front of you, especially as it is combined here with the Seven of Cups. The really nice silver lining in this reading is, I don't necessarily think this is a win-win scenario, but it's very close to a win-win scenario for you. Like the downside feels a lot, the downside doesn't seem terrible here, and the upside seems very, very good. Like the downside could be a lot worse, so to speak. And so for you, you're sort of looking at, okay, I've got A or B in front of me. You know, I've got these two wands, these two paths. Which one do I choose? And I know that if I choose B, this is going to happen, or whatever. And the reality is that we don't know all of the answers. And I think for some of you, you are really deciding your next move here. And I think you're ready to kind of take action on this. Interesting message. I can't really say I've had a reading like this before. It's also very specific. Let's go ahead and see what tarot cards we have that want to come in here. Any more cards here for Aquarius? Let's take a look at what's on the bottom here. Wow, we have the Ten of Swords on the bottom. So we've now got the Ten of Swords twice, plus the Ten of Wands. Really big ending coming in for some of you. Closing of a chapter here, no questions asked. If this is your reading. You've got the Hanged Man and Ace of Cups. For some of you, this is connected to a relationship that you feel very invested in. And with the Hanged Man now twice, and I kind of just put it on the Hanged Man, not thinking about it. Yeah, this is something that you've been contemplating for quite a long time. Four of Swords, the Magician, and the Two of Wands now again. So we now have the Two of Wands again. Remember, we had the Two of Wands up here. And, you know, this is really about a choice that I don't have the answer to as the reading. Only you have the answer to this choice. And I think that it's, you know, as a Libra, I can tell you, this is, you know, it's funny, my moon is Aquarius, and I'm currently in the middle of a choice, a pretty big choice here in my life. And it's interesting, like, it's kind of hard to choose, right? Like you feel like it's very, very hard to choose, and you see kind of all of the paths here in front of you. However, I do want to bring two things forward, which is the Four of Swords says rest, relax, take a moment to really think about the choice. And then the Magician says, remember, you have all the skills, talents, abilities, and most importantly, you hold the power here in this situation. So hopefully this was helpful. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button and subscribe, and I'll most certainly be talking to you again soon.